Hi, I'm Jen Kelly with New Initiatives Marketing. In this newsletter, the topic is how do you pick a good marketing company? How do you pick a good marketing agency? Well, you know what? Everybody sounds great in the pitch, and everybody can seem like a great option when you're trying to figure out who's going to handle your marketing. But I have a couple of ideas on what to do in order to figure out who's going to be a great vendor for you. So typically, you want to do three things. Um, you want to test out a small project. You might want to do an audit, and for sure, you want to pay for it. And here's why. Everybody in the pitch can be putting on, different airs. Everybody can sound fantastic and answer all your questions perfectly in a presentation. You may even be finding that your marketing agency from a networking event or an association that you're from, and you may know the person or know the team socially or somewhat professionally socially. It's a whole different ballgame when you get working together. Some of the things that you've got to understand about working together are people think of deadlines differently. People think of payments differently. People think of being on time to meetings differently. People think of different ways of working in different ways. And it's not until you get to working together until you can really kind of see, are we on the same page about how it is that we work together? So these three suggestions for you are this. So if you're trying to decide, are you going to go with this marketing company, that marketing company, could be a branding agency, could be a web design company, here's a few things to do. So the first one is the small project. So pick out a small project that you can have this company do for you. Small project meaning it's going to take perhaps a week, perhaps a couple of weeks, and it's going to be non-catastrophic if it blows up. So it's the kind of thing, one of those back burner projects that you've been needing to get done, haven't had the time or the bandwidth to really think about it. Use that as a test project, and here's why. It's a good way to understand how the company thinks, how it is to actually work together, and a worst case scenario, and we also always have to plan for the risk. If it doesn't go so well, then it's not something that's, operationally viable to your company every single day. So there's that way. The other thing you could try out is an audit. Now that's a way to keep everything, close to your company and not sharing a lot of real details. So they're not taking a small project to do. They're more doing an audit of something that you already do. So could be an audit of the website, an audit of your social media, audit of your email marketing, an audit of some of your content that you're producing. The point of doing an audit is the company will be able to see what you're doing every day and every week and be able to give their 2 cents and their opinion on what they would do differently, what they see you doing great, what they see you doing not so great, and how they would approach it. This is a great way to test out a company because you're going to see, oh, how do they think? How are they seeing what we already do? How would we improve it? What's their feedback on that? So that would be an audit. An audit doesn't have to be as as terrible as a tax audit, but you think a content audit, social media audit, website audit, and then have the company present to you on their findings about what's going well, what's not going well, what they would change. And then you get a good idea of how they would work through things and decide whether or not to go forward with them. The third thing about all this, whether you do a small project or whether you're going to do an audit with a company, is make sure it's paid. And here's the thing, it doesn't have to be, their six-figure fee or whatever they normally charge for, a full engagement. But the idea that this is paid work is very important. A couple things. You as the client are going to put skin in the game because you're going to outlay some money for this work. The company that's being tried out is going to get paid for their expertise. This is a business transaction, and it also eliminates the kind of thing that later on, if you as the potential client is not, super impressed, the company can't come back and say, well, we're kind of doing this pro bono, like we had other paying client work ahead of yours, like we can only give so much bandwidth to it. So I would suggest if you're serious about considering this kind of company working for you, do a paid small audit or a paid small project and really see what it's like to work with each other. Worst case scenario, you're going to find out, you know what, we're not meant to work together. And what? You've invested a small amount of money considerably, a small amount of time considerably, and you know better what you want from your next company. So perhaps you weren't very, very clear on certain deadlines or weren't very clear on certain ways of deploying content, let's say. Then within your next evaluation of your next company, you could go, okay, we know these three things are very, very important to us, and you will have known that through trying out with this example. So if you're considering using a marketing company, website company, writing company, perhaps any of this will apply to basically any kind of vendor that you're looking for your business. Really consider doing an audit or a small project. Make sure it's a paid thing and the money and the time invested in this would be worthwhile. If New Initiatives Marketing is one that you would like to try out, we do have the Total Online Presence Audit. So that's an audit that we can get done within 7 business days, and it covers your digital footprint, your website, and your social media. We can get under the hood, see what you're doing, what we recommend, and within 7 business days, we'll know if we're a good choice to work with. So contact me for that, and I can get you more information. Other than that, lots of luck. Good luck to you with your next vendor.